Hi there everyone, Shivnath here and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to show you the progress on the D2D shipping application. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that we have to do is to visit this IP address. So right now there is no domain name for it. So you have to visit this IP address and there is only one user for it, Amandeep, with the name of Amandeep, and you have to log in using this credential. So you will be taken to this dashboard page. Right now the dashboard is completely static. I will make it dynamic with some useful data in the future. And once you are logged in, you have to come to this orders and shipping section, and here you will find that you have this thing written over here, Shopify orders. What you have to do is you have to select a store from this drop down. When you select it, you will find that right now there are 6 stores which are synced with the system, and I can select any one of them. So let me just select MI girl. So it took some time. So in future I'm also going to add some kind of preloader over here so that it specifies that something is happening in the system. So if you come here, you will know, so you will see that the orders, so if you come here you will find the orders of a particular store. So right now I'm getting this order and from MII girl, and this order is from today. You can also filter out the data that you get here. You can just come to this advanced filter and you can filter out the data date wise. So let me just filter out the data for this month, and you will see that you are going to get the data for this month only, which is very less because of the lockdown. And you can go to other stores too. So right now I don't have a cancel button over here which will cancel out this filtering, which I'm going to add in future updates. But let's move on and see some more things. So in order to, you can also expand the order details from here. You have to click on it and you will get the order details. So basically these are the items which was ordered. So you can see that if it is here it is 3 items, you will be able to see 3 items over here. And you can, so if you don't want to do it individually, what you can do is you can just come up over here and you can toggle order details. So that way each order in the list will be expanded. So mind it, it is just for this view only. Once you change the page, that preference goes away. So if we need that too, I will implement that one also. If I have to remember if it was expanded or not, I can add that in future, but right now it is not there. So let's move on and let's again expand everything. And so the next thing that we should see is how to bulk update the data, because there are some data that we have to manually enter here before we can go ahead and send the shipping request to DHL. So for this Timo orders, as far as I know, what I have to enter is PKD. So let me just go to this bulk update, and here you will find that you can bulk update all visible, means all of the visible uh, records over here. You can bulk update all of them, or you can only the selected ones. So you can just select individual records and you can update them. So let's first see only the selected ones. So for the t-shirts, as far as I know, the PKD service is used, and DDU Incoterm is used, and for the HS code, this code is used, and for the price, $8 is used per unit. So I will update this, and you will find that this data has been updated here. It will appear in both of these records, and it's not going to appear in any other record because we did not select them. So what I am going to do is I'm going to select all visible, and I'm going to update all of them. Now if I come down here, I will find that all the fields for all the records visible are updated. So currently there are 25 records that are selected over here from the TIMO. The next thing that I have to do is I can altogether do it here, but when it comes to weight, those are going to be different. So you have to come over here and you have to enter those manually right now. In future we can think something more quicker, but right now there is no other way than to just put it manually. So let me quickly put it in, and then we will come back. But so when you put it in, so when you paste a value over here, you have to just click outside and there will be a tick mark that will come. It specifies that the value was updated in the database. Okay, then okay, so I will come back when it is all done. Alright, all the data has been entered over here, and for simplicity I have written 500 grams, so total weight it is in grams. So for the sake of one demonstration, I will just remove one single value from here and I will go up in the updates. So right now we have all the data. So the next thing I would like to show you is how to do the shipping. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I will click over here. So there are in total 25 records which are going to be selected. And then I'll just close this bulk update for now, and I will move to this section and I will click this button, add for DHL shipping. Once I click it, you will see that missing data, please fill the missing fields before continuing. So this is the validation. So you have to check for the missing data. So there are some data that are missing over here, so I will just manually enter them. And now I think we are good to go. I will attempt to do it again. These are order added for shipping. You will find that orders for shipping 25. So currently the limit for sending orders for shipping is 100 for the DHL API. So you have to select 100. So I've also put that validation. If you try to add more than 100 for a single record, for a single request, you will get an error. So you have to come to this section and you have to come to this DHL actions. Here in this section you will find that this TIMO. So here all the stores that are here are listed. So we have only selected these orders for the shipping, and those belongs to the TIMO shop. So what we have to do is create DHL shipping. We have to click on it, and it takes some time because there's a lot of processing going on behind the scenes. So let's wait. So we will get this kind of a message, all shipment processed, and we can go to this section again and I will select TIMO again. It takes some time because there is a lot of data that combines together and it shows the result. I will show some kind of loader here, and you will see a orange dot over here which specifies that our shipping request was successful, and also we have got this shipping ID and ship batch. So basically, if you have sent a group of orders together in a shipping request, I have kept it in a shipping batch to identify it. So all this 25 records are from the same batch. You can see that the batch number is the same. So you will notice that these are the indicators which specifies something. So if there is a complete orange dot, it means that has shipping ID and label. So basically for this order we have a shipping ID and we also have the shipping label. And if it is half orange and half white, that would mean that we have a shipping ID but there is no label. Okay, and when the closeout is complete, we are going to see this closeout done thing. Okay, so this will be the next dot will be green. And when the add so pickup cannot be done right now because their API don't work. So pickup will be added a bit later when the API when they give us the live credentials, then I will work on the pickup. Okay, so the next thing that you should see is logs. Okay, so the DHL requests happen in a bulk, so it is very important to keep the logs of it, because sometimes, so this time it succeeded but sometimes the request fails for individual records. So in that case, in order to troubleshoot it, you have to come to this and you are going to find this log over here. So here it shows what kind of request was sent. So this request was sent for the label, and here you will find the details of it. So shipment processed and a label generated successfully. For this request it was successful, but sometimes you are going to see some uh, failure responses over here. And I have managed the failures as much as possible, but because there is no documentation for it, in future if new kind of failures happen, I have to manage them accordingly. And the next thing that you should see is reprint some labels. Okay, so let's reprint some of the labels. So I will just come over here. I selected two of them. I'm just going to select this first one and the second one. You will also see that I have also okay, let me just first of all talk about this ship ID, how I have made this ship ID. So basically ship ID is in books, so this one has to be kept. Then there is this 7872, which is the original order ID, and there is this TM for Timo, and this is the ID in my database, and this one is just for testing purpose. Right now it will not be there, so the shipping ID will be this long. It will not be this one will not be there. It will just go away in the future version. So let's reprint. So reprints, the reprint is in processing. So it was reprinted, all labels reprints are successful. So how do we know that the reprint was actually successful? So we have to go to this DHL request logs, and you will find a new entry over here. So the previous entry was labels and now the entry is label reprint. And if I go, so you have to go to this tree structure and you can find this uh, message over here, success label reprint. That means the label was reprinted successfully for both of them. Alright, so the next thing that we should see is how to download labels. So we created the shipping. Now it's time to download the labels. So we are going to select all 25 of these records. So for demo purpose only I'm showing you 25. It can go till 100, so that is their limit. So I will go to actions and I will go to download ship labels as zip. So I will click on it, and the download will happen. So the processing was going on and the download has started and it happened. So in downloads you will find this labels.zip, and let's extract it, and you will find all the labels for the shipping here. So let's view them. I'll just rotate them. So you will find all the labels listed here. Alright, so the next thing that we should look at is how to delete some labels. So let's say you created some labels, some shipping records, but they were wrong or something happened. You don't want to send them right now. So what you can do is you can delete those orders from the shipping from DHL. So the way to do it is to select. So for this demo, I will do for this first two records, and I'm going to go and I will click on this delete shipping records. It will process, and you can see all shipment processed successfully, and you will also see that this thing disappeared from here. That means we no longer have any labels for them or any shipping, because they don't they because they no longer exist in the DHL database. So we have all of this records, so we will select all of them. I will unselect this too, and what I'm going to do is I am going to show you the batch closeout. So okay, for the batch closeout you don't even have to select all of the records. You just have to select one member from a single batch. So right now individual batch is not done. That will require a bit of time. So what I have done is batch closeout, and what you have to do is you just have to select one of the members of that single batch. So this ship batch, okay, so you can, if you notice, all of them are from the same batch, okay. And also while doing the closeout there is a limit of 50,000 for a single closeout, and also there must be no more than 300 items in the closeout. So I have put that in my check in the backend. So if I select one of the records and if I go and close out shipping batch, if I click this one, closeout is happening right now. So closeouts formed, so that means the closeout was successful. Yes, of course I have to put some kind of indicator because it is hard to know if something is happening or not. So I will put that. But if I refresh the page now and if I go to Timo, again it is taking a lot of time because of the processing. So you will see that this green dot has appeared over here, and that means closeout done. So closeout was successful. So yeah, so let's talk about the rest of the section. So tracking and pickup can only be done after the DHL API is live and you start using this shipping and closeout. So I would say that I will do the pickup at last, because pickup is a very risky thing, because the pickup request goes directly to their partners. So I will do it at last, but I will add the tracking in some days. After it goes live, I'm going to add the tracking is not a big deal. The pickup is a bit tricky here. And then in this settings section you will see that there is personal settings, store settings. So the front end is not ready yet. In many of the section, the backend API, I have already written the backend API, but the front end is not ready. Similarly goes for manage employees. So I have to create the, for this I have to create the backend and the front end both. But for all of this, I have the backend. Most of the backend functions are ready. So this is the update. So tomorrow I think Madhura is going to send me the live credentials, and once she sends me the live credentials, I will remove all the dummy data, means this one, this test, everything from there, and you can use it for live purposes. And I must also tell you that the shipping might fail for some records, because all the conditions are not cached. All the extreme conditions are not handled yet, because I did not know what kind of condition will come, because there is nothing mentioned in their documentation. So if they come, I just have to refer to this logs, and I have to fix them accordingly. So this is the update for D2D shipping. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.